So guys, today I want to talk about when we put other people on a pedestal and think that people are better than us and that they have some certain type of skills or are a certain type of way that we cannot become. And what strikes my mind first is this mantra that I've been hearing for years, like from different people, and the mantra is "fake it until you make it." And I've recently thought about this, and I really don't like the way that it puts a negative side on you trying to do something different with your life. So I believe in that you act a certain way until you become what you strive for. And you might be sitting now thinking that you will never become the type of person to, and dot 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 to what. This might be, you can put in whatever fits in. I'm not the type of person to dot dot dot, whatever you're struggling with. And everybody's struggling with something. Even the people that you put like that you look up to, your idols, even those people have difficulties in life. And what I also wanted to share is that even the people that look like that they have figured this out from the start, and you might think, okay, but that person just is good with women, or that person is just good socially, or he's just born that way, or she's just born that way. And the reality is very different. Most people struggle in life, if not all people struggle in life. Nobody has it easy. So no matter where you are on the social ladder, you're probably gonna struggle, right? So unless you are, I can't even imagine like a situation like in what reality somebody wouldn't be struggling. So you might be really well off. You might have all the money you need. You might be good at your you might have a booming business, or like, so you have all this like in the bank, so to speak. But you might be okay, let's say you're a guy, you have your own business and it goes really well. You have the apartment, you have the money, you have the lifestyle, but you're afraid to talk to women, or you're not very sociable, so to speak. So you're good with money, good with business, but you're lacking the social life. You don't really have an interesting life. So, and then there's the other spectrum. You might be a young guy sitting at home now, thinking, "Fuck, why is all the people in school like better than me?" Or why is this guy getting the girls? Why is this? Why am I not amounting to anything? And what it really comes down to is mindset. So you don't think your way to becoming, like you act your way to becoming. And I'm not saying act like an actor. I'm just saying act until you become. So that might look like that. I've for years, for instance, I was a guy that couldn't get up in the morning. I really couldn't hold a job, and I would just be without routines regarding like going to bed, getting up in the morning. Of course, I had a lot of other problems, but this is an easy one, and because most people can relate, like when you're early, when in a like young guy can't get up in the morning. But it would really interfere with my personal life. It would interfere with my work life, and it would interfere with my self-esteem. So I would think of myself as a guy who couldn't get up in the morning. I'm lazy, I'm this, that, and this. and I was really just tired of not being able to hold up the image that I've had of myself. So what I did was I just kept trying to tweak small different things. So I might set like 7 alarms or whatever to get up in the morning, and I might fail. And I've been around this in like the first videos, probably also the second one. And it's not one big event or one big action that suddenly happens to you in life, and then boom, you're this guy, you're this man that you want to become, and you can suddenly just you got the business, you got the woman, you got the style, you got all this. It is 1,000 little micro actions spread throughout the years, which is defining you as a person. So I'll say that again slower. So you're probably waiting for some big event to happen to change you into to the person you want to become, and you will wait in vain. So the way you become and the way you build character is through micro actions. So taking a lot of small, very insignificant, might be insignificant actions toward becoming the person that you want to become. So you might sit there and say, okay, I don't know who I want to become. Okay, use ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, what is a stable man? Like what character traits does a genuine, calm, masculine man have? Yeah, and it will tell you like a calm masculine man does this, and the only thing you have to do is just try and be that guy. That's all you have to do. You don't have to feel a certain way to act a certain way. And I love this phrase. Like, you don't have to feel a certain way to act a certain way. And this goes for a lot of things. This goes for kindness also. So you might be someone who is struggling with being kind. That I've been there, man. I've been there. I've been an asshole for many years. Like I had shit friends, and I was a shit friend, and I was not trustworthy, but I wanted to be a trustworthy guy. I wanted to be a guy that people could rely on, that my family could rely on. So I kept at it. I kept doing the small good deeds, even though on the inside I really didn't feel like it. A good deed is still a good deed, even if the person that does the good deed don't feel it 100%, it is still a good deed. And it's very important for young men, and even guys my age maybe, and even guys older than that, that you have to find out now that taking action is the only way to becoming the person that you want to become. You're not thinking your way to you're not thinking your way to the stars, my friend. You have to do the work to get there. And I made this channel because first of all, I wanted to make something. I wanted to create something, and I also wanted to help people. And I've want to share what have helped me on my journey. And I'm still on the journey. I've not landed. I'm not finished. I'm working on myself every day. I have insecurities also, and my mind does tricks with it, like runs. My mind goes all different places all day, and yeah, so I'm just a guy. Trying to be a better man. I'm just I'm just me, and I've found out all these different things by just searching and talking to people and being open to trying different things, and yeah, it's a lifelong journey. I think it's a never ending journey to work on yourself. I'm just gonna look at my notes real quick. I've written a couple of things down because one of the things I'm working on is just like rotating around a topic and not like scooting off topic is a little bit difficult because it just is. But the skills you want to have, are not something that you're born with, and just because you don't have the skills right now doesn't mean that you should stop trying to stop trying to get that skill. Okay, so failing and starting over is something you're gonna get really comfortable with if you're starting on this journey. Like, you have to face the reality. You're gonna fail a lot, and you're gonna feel miserable, and you're gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna feel alone, and you're gonna feel tired, and all this will just hopefully motivate you to just keep going. And yeah, and when you're tired and when you feel unmotivated, you just do it anyways. And some people will never get there. I'm sorry to say. Like, if it was easy, everybody would do it. So this is not for everybody, but you're sitting there, you think, this is me, and I'm ready to do some changes. And how can I start my journey? How can I work on becoming a better man? How can I work on becoming like a more sociable, talkative guy? And the only way there is through discipline. Set some goals and then keep trying to achieve those goals every day. And when you fail, you just come back to it and set the bar so low that it's easy to get back above it or over it again. So don't set the bar so high that when you fail, you're all the way down here. Set the bar down here. Set it down here so it's not so long. It's not so difficult to get up again. Okay, this mistake I've made a lot. For instance, with my training, I would have a really good couple of months, and then something would happen, life would happen, and I'll be sick, or like I've gotten an injury or something like this, and I would be out the game for maybe 2-3 weeks. And when I'm finally look at myself in the mirror, I say, okay, buddy, it's time to go to gym again. I would set the bar so high, like I would expect myself to just start from where I ended. So where I ended was like 4 times in the gym, bro split, healthy dieting and meditation, and all these all this that I've been building up towards. And so the bar was so high that ultimately I couldn't get over it before I failed again. You understand this? So by setting the bar lower and not starting where I finished, I'm just saying, okay, I'm ready to go to the gym again. I'm just starting with one fucking day a week. I'll be going to the gym again. And then you build up slowly again. You build up like one more day. Little bit of dieting, like taking away some Coca-Cola or taking away some chips or something like this. And then suddenly you look around, man, and you had half a year. Before you had 3 months, now you have half a year successful training, and then boom, you're down in the mud again. You're down in the fucking mud again, and you're starting over. And you set the bar again down, and you just do this on an endless fucking, you just keep doing that. And I promise you, if you keep doing that, you will be successful. You will be a guy that other people look at and say, okay, this guy is onto something. Like, this guy is really stable, and you can apply this to any other skill that you want to achieve. Setting the bar so low that it's almost impossible for you to fail. And through repetition, through doing the same thing again and again, you shape your personality over time. You can shape your personality however you want. And you choose. It's a choice to be a good guy. It's a choice to be a stable guy that keeps his promises and goes to the gym and carries on the work on the job side and puts aside money for his bank account, saving up money and smelling good and like keeping a tidy place and stuff like this. It's a choice, and you can choose today to make a difference in your own life. And this is longer than it has to be, but nobody's coming to save you. No one. You're not alone, okay? But no one is saving you. And this is the reality. Like, you are alone, but you're not alone in this fight against your own mind, and no one is coming to save you. So unless you go out and do something about the things that you want to achieve, no one is going to do it for you. And yeah, but you're not doing it alone. I hope that this gets like, I hope you understand that you're not alone, and you don't have to be on the journey alone, but you'll have to take the steps, and then you'll meet other people that are taking the same steps as you, and you'll connect with people, and you'll open people, and people will see you as someone that they can look up to at some point. So this applies to anyone out there which is struggling with personal issues, no matter what they are, no matter how big, how small they are, how insignificant they feel about it, or age-wise. Like, everybody can look at their own life and say, I want to ... I'm not the type of guy to ... or I am the type of guy to ... So you can both add personality traits that you want, and you can take away personality traits that you already have. So you might be having some habits that are inhibiting you from doing good in life or whatever. So do I have an example for you? Do I have an example? Okay, so I used to tell these little lies sometimes when I was younger, and every time I did it, I was like, why the fuck did you? Why didn't you tell the truth? Like, why did you just dust a little extra on the story? And I was just so so weird, and I hated when I did it. So every time I did it, I caught myself, and I said, "Yo, don't do that." And I'm talking to myself in my own head, right? And at some point, it just shifted, and I stopped telling lies. And it all starts with you noticing, like, okay, this is something I do that I don't want to do, and there is something over here that I really want to achieve. For me, honesty, stability, and stability, and being a trustworthy guy towards my family, friends, towards my colleagues, and towards myself, and not bailing on myself. When I feel like, fuck, I don't really want to do this, but I know that I have to, because you don't okay, the last quote. Belief follows action, not the other way around. So you're gonna do things from now on that are difficult and that feels like, okay, I'm not ready, but you have to do it, because belief follows action. So you have to take the action. You have to actually do the things in order for you to show yourself that, okay, I can actually do this. And there's a million videos out there. This is not new. New knowledge. And yeah, become an action taker, not an action thinker, and you will achieve great things in life. And yeah, that's the message. Belief follows action.